Before I get into this video, guys, I just want to say please like, please subscribe, and please leave a comment to what you want to see me talk about next. All the support so far really helps, and even the hate that I've been getting is just motivating me to keep making videos. Call me stupid all you want, I'm gonna keep going. Let's get into it. Hi everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving thus far. Today I'm going to be talking about Facebook and why they changed their name to Meta, short for the Metaverse, which according to Epic Games CEO Timothy Sweeney is projected to have an $800 billion market cap by 2024, by the end of the decade having a multi-trillion-dollar market cap. Let's get into it. So before I get into what the Metaverse is, I want to explain what augmented reality is versus virtual reality. Virtual reality is when you would put on a headset and you are in a completely different world, disconnected from our reality, right? So that would be like putting on a headset and you're killing zombies in New Zealand when you live in the United States. You don't see anything that's real and you're just seeing everything virtual. Augmented reality is when you are still connected to the physical world, whether you're to put on glasses or a headset, and it has scanners that scan the area around you. So for example, if you're in your house, augmented reality would be you see your house for what it is, but you could change it a little bit. So if you wanted to put a painting on your wall in the augmented reality that you don't have physically, you could purchase the virtual version of it and have it up on your wall, so when you have on your augmented glasses, you see the virtual painting as if it was on your real wall. Or if you don't like the color of your carpet or flooring, you could change the color. So that is the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality. So when you think of the internet today, it is two-dimensional, text and image. Now, what the Metaverse will bring is everything into a three-dimensional environment that you can interact with, your hands, your feet, everything. So, for example, one of the really cool things they're doing is, since this whole COVID outbreak, people don't exactly want to go back to work, so they're on more of a hybrid schedule where some of their workers will be in the office, some of their workers will be out of the office. So what they're trying to do is allow everyone to still be connected virtually while not necessarily it being physical, but make it feel more realistic, more submersive. So for example, if you are a doctor or a lawyer and you have a meeting with your company, you want to be there, but you don't necessarily have to be there. What they will do is you have to put on your virtual augmented glasses, and you'll feel like you are in that meeting from the comfort of your own home, in your sweatpants, whatever you feel comfortable in, but they will have little projectors that are going to be like little chips that project you as a person or your avatar in the meeting. So I could be physically at this meeting, right? But my coworker doesn't want to be there. His hologram could be sitting right next to me. Also, this would be really cool if companies start allowing this, because it will reduce commute times and allow people to do more of the things that they really want to do. Because if you have to drive an hour to work and an hour back, that's taking away 2 hours of your day. You multiply that, that's 14 hours a week if you work on weekends as well. So that's just one aspect of what Facebook is trying to bring to the market. Along with being able to skip your monthly meeting at work, this will bring a lot more jobs to people that don't necessarily live in the area that the company actually is. So say you live in California, but you get a job offer from a company in New York. Eventually, maybe you won't even have to physically move across the country. What they'll be able to do is maybe make a meta contract to where you put on these glasses at your house and you sit down in your desk, but everything around you makes you feel like you're in the office physically. Okay, so you could be looking at, instead of just having your computer physically there, with these augmented glasses, you could have 3 screens that aren't even real. And they have like these sensors that somehow sense your hands, and you can touch, move everything around, type on a virtual keyboard. And then you could also see things for what it is at your own home desk. So although the screens that will be in your vision and the people around you won't really be there, you could look at your physical desk on a physical notebook and take hand notes at the same time. So it incorporates the physical and the non-physical in one realm. I think this will be very revolutionary to the way businesses work, and we'll only see what comes with the more news that comes out over time. Along with the benefits this can add to many businesses worldwide, there is also a great social aspect that will bring everyone together as well. So for example, if your parents live 1,000 miles away and you want to have dinner with them, you can do that. You'll be able to make whatever dish you want, and they can make whatever dish they want. You sit at a table, they sit at a table, and it looks like you guys are directly in front of each other. So if I made myself a panini and I look down and I'm eating this panini, they could see that I'm eating a panini because it picks up the shape of everything with its scanners. The same thing, if they were eating spaghetti and meatballs, I would virtually see them eating spaghetti and meatballs. Very cool. The same thing applies to board games. So if you guys wanted to play any type of game or watch a movie or do anything, with this augmented reality, you can physically feel like you're playing a board game with them at the same table while being thousands of miles away. Along with this, you can also go to virtual concerts. So for example, I know Fortnite did this where a lot of people put on their headsets and they went into this virtual world in Fortnite. And for example, say Drake or Travis Scott were actually physically singing through their microphone at this virtual concert, and there were thousands of people joining in and having this virtual experience together. And I could only imagine how much more submersive it will be with the headsets. Now, it could also apply to partying. Like if you want to hang out with your friend and have a couple beers, I could only imagine that you could do the same thing with this sort of technology. Like if you're having a Budweiser, he'll see you having a Budweiser right across, and it'll feel like you guys are hanging out, chatting it up. If you guys are also hundreds or 1,000 miles away, if you guys can ever connect physically. So how can this relate to crypto? There's 2 coins right now that I'm aware of that are sort of already in this virtual reality world, and that is Decentraland and Sandbox. And over the past 2 weeks, they have been skyrocketing well over 200%. And I think it's only going to get bigger from here. Now, I don't know how payment systems will work in this virtual world. Maybe it will have to be some sort of cryptocurrency that might not even be out yet. But we will see what happens as of that. And I think right now Decentraland and Sandbox are going to keep going up. I think they're going to keep updating their virtual world, and I don't think there's any stopping the progress that they're making. So like I said, only time will tell, and if you are going to invest in one of these virtual world coins, I suggest buying the dip. Now the question I had was, why did Facebook, a multi-billion-dollar company, all of a sudden change its name to Meta? Could they possibly trying to avoid the slander that's been put on the Facebook name and trying to recreate their image? I don't exactly think so. What I think is happening is they are trying to capitalize on a possible $1 trillion industry in the next coming decade. Now the problem they have now is with their app, it has to either go through the Apple Store, which is for iOS, or the Google Store, which is Android. So either way, they are getting taxed and fees from these companies that they don't necessarily feel like they should have to pay. So what they're trying to do is they are trying to control their own future by creating their own metaverse and making everyone join them. So it's going to be a race, whether it's between Epic Games, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple. All these big tech companies are slowly going to start putting out news that they are creating their own metaverse, and we'll see who wins. Who knows what will happen? Only time will tell. And what I'm trying to do is maybe start investing in companies that are trying to expand into the metaverse, because I feel like there's a lot of growth potential for even big companies like Facebook and Apple. So if you guys want to learn more, there's a lot you could research online, and I recommend doing so because this could be big profit for all of us. Thank you, and have a nice day.